everybody. I'm Jonathan Knight, and this is B-Movie Madness. The movie I'm going to talk about tonight, well, last week I reviewed a movie by Joe Sherlock called Odd Noggins, and I absolutely loved it. I'm a big fan of Joe's work, and one of these days I'm going to put a playlist together of all the movies I've reviewed by him. But today we got a much more traditional anthology film, and that is his 2014 movie, Beneath a Dead Moon. As usual, I'll have a better look at the cover on screen. But that special effects guy slash actor, Rob Miracle, as a werewolf. Pretty cool looking cover. Looks like a comic book, 65 cents. But the thing I really truly appreciate that Joe did was on the back cover here, you won't be able to see it in detail, is he has all the stories individually with the title, who directed it, and a plot synopsis. And that really helps when I'm reviewing, so I don't have to write down a bunch of notes to remember. And I have a really bad memory, so sometimes doing these reviews, or especially anthology films, are a pain in the butt because I have to try to remember who was in this one, who directed this one. Now, if they're all directed by the same person, it's easy. But and some of them, each one has a different director, and that's really, a pain in the butt. But I've been able to do it for over a couple of years now, so can't really complain. But I really appreciate him doing this because it's going to make this review a lot easier for me. There's no wraparound story. Each story is just presented individually with their own title card. And then at the end of the movie, you see who, starred and what and whatnot. But I'm going to review them individually, tell you what I thought of them, and then as a whole, at the end as a whole, did I enjoy it or not? So first up, we got Tainted Blood. And this one is the super sexy and bloody tale of a future war between vampires and humans, and the lengths that each side will go to win. Now, the thing I really liked about this one is this story and concept is a really big concept, and for obvious reasons, considering the low budget Joe had to work with, he can't really present it with that kind of scope. So instead, he focuses on two characters. This story is only two people are in it, and it focuses on them and what's going on in their lives during this particular vampire versus human war. And I got to give huge props to Robert J. Owen and Tony Dragon, who carry this story, and they do such a fantastic job. Robert J. Owen, I've seen a bunch of the stuff that he was in from Joe. He was the Drifter in Drifter, and he always does a great job, and he does a really good job in this one. And so does Tony Dragon, who I don't think I've seen anything with her, Joe Sherlock wise, and if I did, I apologize for forgetting. But she does a fantastic job as well. And without giving anything away, the final twist of the story is very well done and executed. And once again, both performers do an excellent job, which makes the execution of the story even better. So I got to give Joe Sherlock huge props for this one because it was a lot of fun. And I forgot to mention, Joe Sherlock did in fact direct this segment. Now, story 2 is called Superstar, and this one's also directed by Joe Sherlock. This one's about Sexy Crystal gets a tattoo, but the tattoo artist she owes for the work is getting fed up with excuses, and things are getting intense. This one is probably maybe the shortest story of the movie. It's very simple, and there's pretty much no surprises in this one. You know what direction it's going to end up taking. You know how it's going to end. And although I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't some big twist in it, I will say I can't really complain because it was a short, harmless, fun little anthology segment. And I thought the performers in it did a good job, especially we get her Sophia Maria and Robert Sumner, who played the woman with the tattoo and the tattoo artist. They do a really good job as well. So yeah, this movie didn't really have any surprises in store, but it does end on a gory note, and there's some nudity. So I give you props for it. Like I said, it's really short, so it's a harmless, short, fun little story. Now, number 3 is called Dark Bite, and this one's directed by John Bowker. And this one's about a nerdy office worker who meets a mysterious woman in red and begins dabbling in black magic with the help of a book of spells. This one, I think, is the longest story of the movie. And this one, and another story later on, I think they were filmed much earlier, back when Joe was doing a lot of his SOE stuff. I don't know that for sure, but they look much older than the rest of the stories in the movie. He definitely looks like in the same period as like Monster in the Garage, and like yeah, Zombie Love Slave. I could be wrong, and hopefully Joe lets me know when these were filmed. I'm curious, but I'll have to say this is my favorite of the movie. Robert J. Owen plays another character in this. He does a fantastic job once again playing this nerdy office worker. I thought the makeup effects, yeah, although were cheesy as all hell, were very charming and a lot of fun. You got some gore, and it has a really good climax. And it's the one of the two stories I wish was a full-length movie because I was really into it. So yeah, Dark Bite was a lot of fun and definitely my favorite of the movie. Now, story 4 is called Beetle Maniac, and this one's directed by Isabelle Steven and Luke Brenner. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this one's about Helen, who has a blind date with Andre, who grosses her out with tales of his work with insects. Then things get really buggy. Now, even though the third story was my favorite, sadly, I think Beetle Maniac is my least favorite of the movie. There was a meta joke early on that I thought was absolutely hilarious. It has cameos by Joe and John Bowker and Dale Wilson. I liked that in the movie, but the story has this very awkward, weird vibe to it that I can see working for some people, but it did not work for me. I thought the bug costume at the end was very cheesy and fun, but just I didn't really care for the tone of the story, and it just did not really have much fun with this one. It does have some fun stuff in it, like I said, but yeah, definitely this one is my least favorite of the lot. Now, story 5 is called Nowhere to Hide. And this one's directed by Joe Sherlock. And it's about Hank has a homemade lab in his house and retreats there to escape his boozy, nagging wife. He is recreating a potion that he's read about in the diary of his grandfather, Dr. Jekyll. Then there is a strange visitor. Um, Much like the third one, this one appears to be much older. It looks like it was filmed back like the other one, it was filmed back in the SOB days. Shannon, who was a lot of his early stuff, she appears in it, so that's what makes me think this is much older. But much like the third one, I had a lot of fun with this one. I had a lot of fun makeup effects. It had a mutated frog puppet, so automatically I was gonna like this no matter what. Um, Rob Miracle has a small part and actually has one of the main parts in it, and he's a lot of fun as well. I thought the final twist was a lot of fun as well. I really liked the direction it took with that, and like I said, it did have some blood. It had some boobs. I think it had some boobs, and it had a mutated frog puppet. So I was sold automatically. So yeah, story 5, Nowhere to Hide, is a lot of fun. The sixth and final story is called Scent of the Sasquatch, and this one's also directed by Joe Sherlock, and it is about Ranger Cody faces Bigfoot when his girlfriend and her pal are put in peril. This one, I liked it. I wish there was more to it than what there is. It did feel kind of like rushed. I really liked the Sasquatch slash Bigfoot outfit. It was so charmingly low budget. I loved it. Seeing Dal Wilson was a lot of fun. I just wish there was some no budget Sasquatch killing people mayhem like in Night of the Demon, but done the Joe Sherlock way. And there's I don't think there's any blood in it. It's probably the only one without really any blood. Um, yeah, so I wish there was more to it, but still, it was fun seeing the Sasquatch creature. I thought, like I said, it was a lot of fun seeing that, and it's always fun seeing Dale Wilson in a starring role in one of these. So I'm gonna give it a pass. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first, third, and fifth stories, but I did like it more than the fourth one. So overall, did I enjoy this? I will say I did enjoy this anthology. I didn't enjoy it as much as, for example, Beyond the Wall of Fear, Channel 99, and Dark Zone 13, the other anthology films I've reviewed by Joe. This is not at the top of my list, but I did still enjoy it. And those ones that I preferred were really hard to top. So, comparing it is no fair on my part. So overall, yes, I did enjoy it. And do I recommend it? If you're a hardcore Joe Sherlock fan, absolutely. You've probably already seen this movie. But if you're a fan of low-budget anthology films, if you like blood, you boobs, you like werewolves, this this there's not one but two story with werewolves in it. Which one are they? My favorite ones, of course. But yeah, overall, I do recommend this one. You can buy it on DVD, and you can, I believe, rent it on VOD. I'll have a link down below for that, but it's at www.skullfaceastronaut.com. You can buy it or rent it. If you do watch it, comment down below and let me know how you felt about it. Um, do I have more Joe Sherlock reviews coming? Yes, I do. I'm going to start checking out his Things sequels. He did a couple for the anthology movies Things. He did, I think, a couple of them. Tubi has, I think, one or two of them. So I'm going to start checking them out. And so I might review those in the future. And of course, I'll have more SOE horror stuff. So if you like my channel, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell button, and let me know down below. What's your favorite anthology film? I've asked that a million times, but still, I'm always curious to know your answers. That's it for now. I'm Jonathan Knight. It's been Movie Madness. Thanks for watching.